So today, we're going to talk about the third eye. You have your tea? Today I'm having a yogi tea, and it says everlasting impact with compassion and kindness is called love. So we can see that. Can you see it? No, but you can see my tea. So we're going to talk about the third eye. So if you can hear the background music, I'll post a link below about if you want to check that out as well. I like jazz, relaxing music that doesn't have any words whatsoever. I've found that the more I listen to music that has words, it kind of clouds your mind on just about everything. It kind of takes away from being present almost. So I found that what connects to me and what vibrates with me is that the music and the vibrations and the frequencies that it brings with no voices. That gives me the most impact. But you may be different, but through my full awakening process, this is what happened to me. But anyways, the third eye. So the third eyes, this is going to be something, information that's going to be coming out today is going to be something much different than what you may see everywhere else. A lot of people that have studied this for a long time may get really upset because of how this is coming out, because I'm going to make it very uncut. And it's going to be more of like a documented piece. And later on in the videos, I'm sure that I'm going to be probably having more of a live process, how to actually do it. I'm going to talk about how to do it, what it is, and the technologies of it right now. But maybe I'll do some demonstrated things as videos kind of come along as well, because I don't really plan any of this. Yes, if you can see it in the videos, the meditations, nothing's planned. It's just kind of going through and unfolding as it comes through. So for right now, the third eye. So people have been hearing about the third eye, and people, you hear about it online, you hear about what it is. It's absolutely real. The third eye is it's a type of technology that's been around since human beings have been around. And everybody has this. Everybody is able to utilize this. I talk about this in detail in my book. That I've never wrote anything before in my life, but through this process I became, things started to come out, so I started to write. So you can check out the book I believe I have it there online, so you can actually hit a link to that if you really want to check it out. It talks a lot more detail. But the third eye, whenever you have your awakening process, the third eye will come up into this, and it's my personal experiences, it's been feeling energies in a couple of different ways. So if you look at, let's take this in a real life piece. So getting up and close to you. If you can see my forehead, okay? Forehead right here, this is where all of the third eye technologies are. So whenever you come up to this stage, in your Kundalini, you unlock a certain type of technology. So the way you're able to use it is, like for an instance, if I feel an energy that's maybe over there, I'll feel the energy crawl. Literally, it's like ants crawling on you. Ants crawling on you. And if it's over there, or in that direction, I'll feel it right here. I'll start to feel the energies kind of flow all the way over to right here, okay? And you'll feel it. And then the more I turn towards it, the closer it gets to right here, the more I'm in line with it. So that's the real way to be able to use it. So to feel these things, maybe you've had an experience to where you feel the crawlings up your spine and through your body, and maybe at different levels. Whenever I had my full awakening, I felt like things were tapping on me or crawling on my spine, kind of like right here, where my hoodie is right here. And that's where your heart is. So you feel them, everything crawling up, because through your heart, you're able to jump up to your throat, to your third eye, and to your crown, and then everything above. And yeah, there's a lot above. But more on the third eye, it's GPS. It's an energy feeling GPS, and that could be used on many different levels. Like, let's say we're driving down the road and a stoplight comes out. Well, that emits so much energy that you can feel almost the energy as you get closer, kind of coming up and hitting to it as whenever you get closer to it. So this point right here, that point in your forehead, this point right there. So that's where it all is centrally located, okay? And whenever your third eye is really open, you'll feel a pulsating feeling right here, but you'll also feel a pulsating feeling kind of in the top of your crown, up here, kind of at the same time. So whenever your third eye is fully open, you'll feel it in both places really coming into it. And then if you close your eyes, you can see the energies flowing from here out like this. And and usually that's like a violet color that I've seen through my meditations. And I've been able to keep my third eye open all the time. It's kind of like a friend of mine that I've just kind of, it's there, okay, it's there, I'm open, and it's there. So, and it helps me talk to my guides, it helps me feel energies, locate energies, find out where they are, where they're coming from, who's entering a room, how powerful they are whenever they enter a room. So let's take a couple of different things. Let's take a couple of those things. So let's say you're walking through a mall. Your perception has changed. There's kind of a distance. Now, everything is not really taken so personally. And that's the perception of what happens whenever you open your third eye. But as these things come up, you can really determine who has strong energy and who doesn't, which is an interesting thing. Because I know people hear about, there's souls out there, there's soul energies, and you recognize them. Maybe somebody coming in from a past life, maybe coming in from, maybe it's just energy. You can differentiate who has strong energy and who doesn't from the strength of it, how deeply it impacts that spot. So, one of the ways that, kind of walking around, let's say you go walking through the mall. You walk through the mall, you're talking, you're hanging out, you're having fun, you're doing your thing, and energies are just starting to you're starting to feel things kind of flow through your forehead, okay? So if something may come up here, well, that's somebody behind you. You may be sitting in a restaurant, and somebody has powerful, strong energies that you can feel it in the back of your head, and it just kind of pulsates, and you're like, what is that? You're pulsating, and then as you look, the energy starts to go in and find out who that person is. Maybe back you inside of wherever you find that at. But that third eye is a GPS. It's an absolute GPS. I know a lot of this was able to be used whenever survival was a big thing, maybe hunters, gatherers, finding out what foods are good, what foods are bad. Because now in my daily life, in the past, I've lost a lot of weight in the past few months because my diet's changed, things have changed, and I'll kind of go through that. But it's interesting because the way this was able to be utilized, and I used this from insights. If you look at my meditations, you can kind of see me in different positions and different mudras. But my third eye is always open. But I use insights because my crown chakra always opens as well. So whenever you go through that, you can find out how this was being able to be utilized very easily. So whenever, let's say, hunters and gatherers were able to go out and hunt, they were able to differentiate poisonous foods versus good foods because of how their third eye was actually being able to utilize and being able to find. So if a good berry, you know, if you looked at a good berry, their third eye would look at it and it would pulsate strongly in that one position. So as it pulsates strongly, you know that's something good. It's vibrating at something that your body really needs. If you look at it and there's nothing, well, you better throw that away immediately, because that's maybe poisonous. It's not good for you. It doesn't work. As I was really ignorant whenever things were coming up. So my girlfriend said, hey, don't warm up microwave things with plastic around them in the microwave. I didn't care. I didn't know what this stuff was. It didn't matter. But when my third eye opened, I looked at it and there was nothing there. And no matter what food it was, because it was warmed up in plastic, the plastic chemicals and things went into the food. But whenever I looked at it with another form of vision, my third eye, I was able to see, hey, that's not good for me. I gotta throw that away. Then whenever you look at something that's vibrating at a higher frequency that's good for your body, that has the energy that it's going to be good for you, well, then you can differentiate that very, very easily. So that's just for foods. Let's say you're hunting and there's no power lines around, there's your cell phone's gone, so nothing's emitted energy. Maybe your buddy's there or somebody's next to you, so you can feel their energy. But let's say a deer walks behind the tree or something walks around. Well, you can feel that energy. Oh, there's something approaching. There's something coming up. There's something here. I'm getting closer. And then it starts to pulsate as you get closer and you start to be locked on track. So it's like whenever the military is running through the airlines, are honing in on a target, and it goes closer and closer, and boom, it's right there smack in the middle, and they're locked on that target, and it's there. It's recognized. So that's one of the ways that you're able to use it. So another ways you're able to use it, I've noticed, is the food thing. Big time, going to a grocery store, finding out, hey, what's good, what's bad. There's a lot of stuff in the grocery stores that are not good. You don't have to turn on the label. You don't have to turn it around and look at the ingredients. You know what's good and what's bad. So what I've noticed is looking at different food, fruits, and vegetables, it's telling me, it's giving me all the insight that I need. And it will give you all the insight that you need. Because, just like you read my book, I am God and so are you. We're all connected. So we all have the same things. Us having the same technologies, all having access to the same things. As you wake up, as you go through this process, you know what's good and bad. Also people. Who's a good person for you and who's not? Same concept. You know when somebody's walking up and who's near and who's close. You want to talk to those people that vibrate on your level and emitting that energy, emitting that true frequency that you need. Well, you can feel it now. You don't need confirmation from anything because now it's all right there. You can close your eyes. Like another great thing about the technology about it is, let's say if you're into crystals. Crystal stones, actually have a few of them. Let me go up, give me 1 second. So I've went into a store whenever I was going in through this and I was like, hey, what is all this stuff? There's just a bunch of rocks, right? Well, this right here is amethyst. You can see it. Beautiful purple. Okay. So you start to learn about things a lot more intuitively and deeply as your third eye opens. So let's say this amethyst. Let's say you're walking into a place and you're like, you know what? What's vibrating with me? What's good with me? What do I need? Do I need it now? Do I need it on me all the time? To strengthen whatever you need to increase your higher vibration, because that's all it is. It's just always increasing your vibration. So you can look at this. As I look at this, I can feel the energies flowing. And I can feel them centralized right here. And that's how I know right now I need that. I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna put it in my pocket because I need that right now. Let's say for this is a labradorite. So if I look at it, okay. So this, as I'm looking at this, my third eye is telling me I need it, but it's not pulsating hard. So it's very faint. It's very soft. So it's like, you know what? Maybe I need this for a moment, and then I can put it down. So the faintness or strength that your third eye is pulsating at, that's an important thing to acknowledge. One of the things that really puts that into context is when my third eye opened, I started to see everything very, very differently. And, you know, obviously my eye isn't popped open, you can't see my eyeball, but the pineal gland, you can feel the pulsating in the back of your head and reverberates up here. So when that happened, I was looking at my girlfriend and I was like, you know what? I can feel her chakras. I looked down at her root chakra. You know, root chakra, yes, she has a very nice root chakra. And it pulsates very strong, okay? So that pulsating very strong, that showed me, hey, that's a lot of energy, but what does that mean? So I asked her, hey, you can try something with me. So I had her lay down on the bed and I started to just kind of feel with my hands, usually with my thumb, because your thumb is your fire. It's your fire element. So if you want to heal your thumb, it's easy to locate. So if you take your left thumb, and I was gliding it over her body. Let's say I was using my, right here. Just kind of through her body, through her back. And as I hit a point, my third eye started to come over here. Okay, so that means I need to look at something that's over there. And as it kind of goes centralized, okay, and if it's centralized to here, I'm on the right point. Just like acupuncture uses little needles for the energy points at different pressure points. So I use my third eye to find these energy points. I can find every energy point in your entire body. There's 72,000 energy points on your body. 108 chakras, but 72,000 energy points. So through that, I can find whatever energy point is blocked, something that needs to be released. So with my thumb, run over the energy points. I find, just like the GPS, the centralized location. Well, there it is. And now I hold on to that point on her body. Not knowing what I was doing, I found that, hey, that was an actual knot, or that was a sore spot, or maybe that was just an energy point that needs to be released. So the stronger it pulsated, I knew that was a hard point, so I needed to press harder. And then as it released, the pulsating got weaker and weaker to non-existent. And whenever it was stopped, I knew that I needed to go to a different point. And as I kind of go and glide, okay, well, there's another point. I feel it maybe over here. So I look at it, go closer, okay, now I'm there. Maybe it's not so faint, so I don't need to press so hard. Release, it's gone. So a lot of these Reiki healers and healing process through whatever, maybe it's Chi energy they use for Chinese, Reiki for Japanese, the Kundalini energy for Hindu, but it's all the same. You use your third eye for many, many different purposes. Healing, that's one way that I can heal people and find there's thousands of points on your body, from your toes to your top of your head. Same concept, finding all the little points. But that's a couple different technologies that you're able to utilize on a beautiful level. So, but everybody has this. Everybody can do these things. Understand that. Because, could you imagine whenever we have our mass awakening, and more people start to understand how to use their third eye. And I will teach, if anybody wants to learn, I can teach you how to do it. It's very, very easy. But where I was in my stage, it just kind of came as insights. But as you develop it, if you want to learn, I can show you how to learn. Because everybody can do this. Everybody can do this. Everybody has this. We're all human beings at different processes within our awakening, which is a beautiful thing. So knowing these, could you imagine what grocery stores would do? What we would do to our economy, to the way we see our life. Everybody knowing, truly knowing what's good and what's bad on every level. Person, food, water. Could you imagine looking at your water and do you know if your water's good for you for sure? Do you really, really know? I do. Is your third eye open? Do you know how to utilize it? It's real. Food for thought. There's more in my book. I guess I'm supposed to say, hope you like this video. If you like it, subscribe. I guess the more subscribers we have, the better it increases our visibility. And the mission that I have is for every human being on this planet to understand the real truth of what life is. That's billions of peoples. That's billions and billions of human beings. And it's gonna happen. We're going through quite the process. So, hope this video helped you understand what some of the technologies really are. If you like more of these videos about the third eye, let me know, comment, give me some feedback, let me know, because there's a lot more in depth. There's channeling, there's time travel, there's different forms of a lot of things that the third eye still brings. But I try to keep the video, I'm making it uncut and documented, so try to keep them as a little as possible, trying to get to the point and make some things happen. But having a beautiful day, stay true, stay you, stay divine, and stay love.